Did you know European football is awash with betting adverts? On the opening weekend of the Premier League, almost 30,000 gambling adverts were broadcast to audiences in stadiums and across TV, radio, and social media. But the most disgusting fact is that the gambling industry admits that their best customers are those who go broke. Is American money making European football morally bankrupt and simply banking on addiction? European football, or soccer as some call it, is big business, and a lot of that business is now being handled with American money. It might sound weird, but more and more teams in Europe are owned or partly owned by people from the United States. To understand how and why this is happening, let's look at how European soccer teams make money and where that money goes. Think of a soccer team like a company. It has income which comes from several places. First, there's broadcasting revenue. Big TV companies pay a lot of money to show the games. Then there's commercial revenue from things like selling team shirts and getting sponsorship deals. Finally, there's matchday revenue, which is the money from ticket sales and food bought at the stadium. The Premier League, or EPL, is known for having the most money compared to other European leagues and has many American stakeholders. Then there are costs. The biggest one is player salaries. Star players get paid a lot. Teams also have to pay for transfers when they buy players from other teams. There are costs of traveling, upkeep of stadium. Now, the important thing is that the amount of money a team makes depends a lot on how well they play. If they're in the top league, they get more money from broadcasting deals and sponsorships. If they do really well, they get to play in big tournaments like the Champions League, which brings even more money. But if a team does badly, they can get relegated, which means they drop down to a lower league. This is a disaster because they lose a lot of money in media rights, and it can be hard to bounce back. This is where the American influence comes in. In America, sports leagues like the NFL football and the NBA basketball work differently. There's no promotion or relegation. All the teams stay in the same league no matter how they perform. They also share money more equally. This means that even if a team has a bad year, they still get a good amount of money, and they know they'll be in the same league next year. So American investors see European soccer as a chance to make a lot of money, but they also see some problems. One is that teams can lose a lot of value if they get relegated. Another is that they have to spend a lot of money on player salaries to stay competitive. But American investors also think they can bring new ideas to European football. They want to make teams more like businesses, with better marketing, better ticket sales, and bigger stadiums that can hold more people and host events all year round. This will give additional revenue streams. But there's also a downside. Some fans don't like the idea of their team being run like a business. They worry that the owners will only care about making money and will forget about the history and traditions of the club. One thing about sports fans is that they're very passionate about sports, and they don't like it when people start changing their sports for money. Also, American owners don't invest on the product of team alone. They also invest in other business, such as investing in Saudi Arabia and their investments in golf and sports diplomacy, which will increase their wealth, returns, and opportunities in global markets. The PIF, or Public Investment Fund, is the sovereign wealth funds of Saudi Arabia and is worth over billions in assets, and they are continuously increasing investment and sporting events that are held in the country. American have also played a role in that by funding and signing these deals with Saudi Arabia. The key stakeholder for American owners are profits, money, investment opportunities, and market expansion. There are many examples of American owners in European soccer. The Glazer family owns Manchester United. They've been criticized for taking money out of the club and not investing enough in new players or the stadium. Liverpool is owned by Fenway Sports Group, who also own the Boston Red Sox baseball team. They've been praised for investing in the team and building a new stadium, but they've also been criticized for raising ticket prices. The value of team increases and are valued because the league has a financial stability, and the league is financially growing. So is American money good or bad for European soccer? It's complicated. It can bring new investment and new ideas, but it can also lead to higher ticket prices and a loss of tradition. It all depends on the owners and what their priorities are. Also, these are all businesses at the end of the day, and business rely on finances so they can keep going. There are many moving parts and revenue opportunities that create a team, so American investors are trying to maximize this in Europe. They use many methods such as capital raise, funding round, revenue growth, funding sources, finances, financials, benefits, growth, and returns. One thing is for sure, American money is changing European football, and it's something that fans, players, and owners will have to deal with for many years to come. One big question remains unresolved. How can European football balance the need for financial investment with the desire to preserve its unique culture and traditions? Also, if we allow this to happen where sports are being altered to business, is that good in the long run? Well, to keep watching such amazing videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.